All right, thank you guys. Welcome to our NBA video here today for Saturday, May 29th. My name is Brock Page and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And if you want to see which one of these YouTube picks I'm actually betting on personally here today, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Now we're coming fresh off a nice win in our $1.99 daily best play tier membership on that Patreon page. And if you want to access today's daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. And as the name also indicates, we have another $1.99 daily best play going off here this evening. We currently have over 1,250 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that page is in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA playoff action. We got an early game. We got playoff games all day long, so it should be a good one here today. But we're going to start with the Bucks taking on the Heat, 130 East. The Milwaukee Bucks are -5. Totals 221.5. Now the Bucks have been absolutely dominant in this series here. They can actually sweep here today. They're up 3-0. They actually held the Heat to 107 points or less in all three of those contests in this series. As a matter of fact, Milwaukee's holding the Heat to just 96 points per contest in this very series. The Bucks currently lead the NBA in scoring on average per contest and offensive rebounding. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's averaging over 24 points a night in the series, 16 boards, 5 assists for the Greek Freak. Meanwhile, Chris Middleton's averaging 22 points a game in the postseason himself, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Middleton. Now, Chris is also shooting 43% from beyond the arc. And speaking of which, this Milwaukee club is in the top 5 in the NBA in shooting the three ball as a team. Now, they're taking on a Miami club who scored 108 points or less in 5 out of their last 6 ball games. And I'll tell you what, you got to be built for a track meet when you play a team like Milwaukee. Now, Miami's also struggled to cover the point spread on their home court. They're just 15-22 against the spread at the American Airlines Arena. Now, Miami's big problem area has been on the offensive end of the court. The Heat's in the bottom 3 in offensive rebounding, and they score only 107 points a game. Now, total-wise, Miami's gone 60% to the over in their last 10 ball games, 20-17 to the over on their home court. Meanwhile, the Bucks went 60% to the over in their last 10 ball games themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Milwaukee Bucks -5 and the over 221.5. Next ball game, Nuggets, Trailblazers, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Portland Trailblazers are -4.5 at home. Numbers 227, juice to the over. Now, Portland's given up 116 points or more in 5 out of their last 7 outings. And to be truthful with you, that's pretty much been these guys' Achilles' heel this season. Portland's in the bottom 10 defensively in points allowed per contest, bottom 10 in defending the three ball as well. The Blazers give up 115 points a game. Now, they've also struggled to cover the point spread on their home court. Portland's coverage is 15 out of 37 contests at the Moda Center. They're taking on a Denver club who scored 113 points or more in 8 out of their last 10 themselves. The Nuggets are also a real solid team on the road. They're 23-14 straight up as the road team. Top 3 in road offensive field goal percentage. Now, Nikola Jokic is averaging 36 points per contest in the postseason, 11 boards, 3 assists for the Joker. Meanwhile, Michael Porter Jr. scoring over 19 a night himself, along with 6 rebounds in the playoffs. The Nuggets have averaged almost 116 points a game for the entire season. And when it comes to the total on this one, all 3 of the series games got over the posted number. Denver's 7-2 to the over in their last 9. The Nuggets have also gone 43-32 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Blazers on the other side of things, they are 5-2 to the over in their last 7, 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Denver. I'm going to lean toward the Denver Nuggets plus 4.5 in the over 227. Next matchup, Sixers, Wizards, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. The Philadelphia 76ers are minus 6.5, totals 227. Now the Sixers are up 2-0 in the series. They actually held Washington to just 95 total points in Game 2. This Philadelphia squad is in the top 3 defensively in points allowed on the road, top 5 in road defensive field goal percentage. Now the Sixers are holding their opponents to just 107 points per contest when they travel. Tobias Harris is averaging 28 points a night in the postseason, along with 7 boards through 2 games against the Wizards. Meanwhile, Joel Embiid scoring 26 points a night in this series himself. 6 boards, 3 assists for the process. Philly's in the top 3 in first quarter points allowed. Top 3 in fourth quarter points allowed as well. They've been very good defensively this season. They're taking on a Washington club who's dropped 5 out of their last 8 ball games. And they allowed 110 points or more in 7 out of those 8 contests. Now, Washington's biggest problem has been on the defensive end of the court. They're actually dead last in the entire NBA in points allowed per contest. They're also in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. The Wizards give up 119 points on their home court. When it comes to the total on this one, Washington did see 2 out of their last 3 ball games get over the posted number. The Wizards also saw 5 out of their last 9 contests get over the number as well, throwing out Game 2 of this very series. Meanwhile, 5 out of Philly's last 9 outings got over the posted number themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Philadelphia 76ers minus 6.5 and the over 227. With that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup of the show. It is going to be Jazz versus the Grizzlies, 9:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off. The Utah Jazz are minus 5.5, totals 224. Now, Utah put up 141 points on Memphis in Game 2. They're currently in the top 3 in the NBA in scoring on average per contest. And they also lead the entire association in road offensive rebounding. Bojan Bogdanovic is scoring 23.5 points per contest in this series, along with 4 rebounds. And speaking of boards, Rudy Gobert is averaging 14 rebounds a game in this series, along with 16 points per night. Meanwhile, defensively, the Jazz are holding their opponents to only 107 points a night. Now, they're taking on a Memphis club who failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of their last 9 ball games. The Grizzlies have also performed quite poorly on the offensive end of the court at the FedEx Forum. Memphis is in the bottom 10 in the league in home scoring, bottom 10 in home three-point percentage. The Grizzlies have averaged only 109 points a night on their home court. They've also lost 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Utah. Now, total-wise, Memphis is 60% to the under in their last 10. 24-13 to the under at the FedEx Forum. Meanwhile, Utah is 19-17 to the under as the away team themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Utah Jazz minus 5.5 and the under 224. And with that, guys, now we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my Patreon website. I like Milwaukee minus 5 over 221.5. Denver plus 4.5 over 227. Philadelphia minus 6.5 over 227. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are coming fresh off a nice victory yesterday in our $1.99 daily best play package on my Patreon website. And if you want access to our $1.99 daily best play, that's right, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. I'm going to lean toward the Utah Jazz minus 5.5 and the under 224. Now, guys, real quick, if you found yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you're new here today or this week, please feel free to welcome yourself to the Brock Page family by hitting that subscribe button as well. I'd love to connect with you on a daily basis. And with that, guys, now it's time for some shout outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. And with that, I want to give a shout out to Shingy303. Got to give a shout out to my man Compton Rob, George Borlos, Manito Ray, Isaiah Tanner. Shout out to Kaiser Trinos. Shout out to the Slum Lord, Badad Radar, Joseph Perez. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend, Ronald Orr. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys do end up deciding to get a package here today on my Patreon website, just keep in mind Patreon is going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.